The Pulse School on RealAgriculture.com is brought to you by Saskatchewan Pulse Growers and Nodulator XL.
With faba beans, again, it's a pulse crop, so early on they're a little bit less competitive, so you want to make sure you control those weeds early. As they get growing, they get quite aggressive in growth and quite competitive, so once they get established and are probably at foot high, they just kind of take off. So it's the early weed control in faba beans that is critical. Some of the insects that we can watch for, and even starting at this time of year, is cutworms. Cutworms will chew the plant off typically underneath the ground, pull it down within the ground and consume it underneath the soil, or they can also come up beneath the above ground foliage. So what you typically want to do is go out and scout fields. If you're starting to see some bare patches, dig down and see if you can see the cutworm larvae. They're anywhere from a half an inch long to 1.5 inches long. The bigger they get, the later they are getting and the less damage that they'll do. If they're still small, they're going to eat a lot. So cutworms is one thing to watch for. Wireworms is another one. Wireworms are also under the ground, and they will just kind of chew at the stem of the plant or the underground part of the plant. And a lot of times you will just see sort of a bit of yellowing or the plant not looking healthy because they don't eat the whole plant, they just kind of gnaw on it. Unfortunately, with wireworms, there's nothing you can do. With cutworms, there are control options, and you typically look at insecticide applications in the evening. Other insects to watch for during the growing season as the faba beans really start growing is lygus bug. That's the bugs that suck on the pods and the seeds and cause the black dots on the seeds and really lead to downgrading. So quality can be a big issue if there's lygus bugs. Other insects are grasshoppers, blister beetles. In Alberta, they've even seen Bertha armyworms on them. So it'll be interesting to see as we have more acres of faba beans what really stands out to be more of the insect problems. On the disease side, fortunately, faba beans, there hasn't been a whole lot of disease issues that we've seen so far, but one to watch for is chocolate spot. And that appears as it looks like little brown chocolate spots on the leaves and the flowers. And you're typically looking at fungicide application at early flowering if that is a concern. Sclerotinia is another disease that you can watch for, but typically hasn't resulted in too much damage to date.